Hi guys, happy Thursday. It's late, it's Thursday night, but today was like literally off of the rails and there was no way, shape, or form that I was going to get on here and do anything earlier today, so you have me now. Let's see here. Okay, good. All right, hi everybody. So we're going to use the all new liquid eyeshadows today. So I have 5 of them here because they finally came in and honestly, they're gorgeous. I did a little swatch of all of them on my wrist 2 days ago, Tuesday when they came in, and they're beautiful. They're smudge proof. They're really long lasting, and I swear you could use them as a lip color too. So I just kind of wanted to go on and play with them a little bit, honestly, before I wore them in real life. So I'm going to go in now with Touch Glorious Primer and start with that. Hi, Allison. How are you? When you guys hop on, say hello. And another little tidbit, if you guys would be so kind as to like and share, comment, all of that kind of stuff, it just helps me more than you could ever understand. So if you guys are willing to do that, I'm super appreciative of you. Thank you so much. All right, so Touch Glorious Primer, always a first step. And we're just going to put that on. Also, my weave is gone. I'm weaveless. It feels so good, honestly. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I am upstate New York. So I'm just outside of Saratoga. All right, so primer is on. Now I have no idea what colors I'm going to wear of these new liquid foundations, or liquid eyeshadows, but I'm going to do a totally liquid routine today. So I'm going to use liquid foundation, liquid lipstick, liquid eyeliner. I just got the brand new Lash primer, which is really, really amazing. So I'm going to use that tonight as well. First things first though, we're going to start with, I did not know that you're a triplet. That is very cool. Okay, so liquid foundation. I'm going to go in with the shade Velour, which is my very pasty pale Polish princess shade. So with the liquid foundation, you want to give it a really good shake, drop the plunger a few times and shake it up again. And that is going to mix everything together really nicely. And I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand, about a half a dropper. And then I'm going to place it on my face. And this just helps me to not overuse a ton of product. Hi, Charlene. So when I do this, it basically prevents me from going in, putting too much on, because I really don't like to overuse. Hi, Tara. Hi, Laura. And the other thing is, less is always more for me in the makeup realm. Okay. So this is our Liquid Touch foundation. It's a water weight foundation, so it's really, really light. Hi, Eileen. But it's a really good coverage. It dries to a matte finish. So if you're oily, you'll really like this. I also love it in the wintertime when I can mix it with my BB cream and blend it in for extra coverage. So this is an EcoTool sponge. It's my favorite way to apply this. I just wash it out with hot water and hand soap. And then there's a little bit of dampness left in the sponge. And it just blends out really nicely that way. So when you hear the term HD foundation, that's what this would refer to. This is an HD foundation because it is not a really heavy liquid. It's a water weight. So it basically does not go on really, really heavy, and it basically mimics your skin. So you can get a more high definition finish on it. Well, for anyone who has ever had hair extensions before, I just took mine out tonight and I feel literally bald. I had 3 packets of hair extensions in, tape-ins, and that's a lot of hair. Like when I would do my ponytail, it would be like this big around, and now it's like this big around. It's the saddest thing ever. Okay, so liquid foundation is all blended in, and now I'm going to go in with, so this is the end of my Touch Mineral Skin Perfecting Concealer. So what I always do, this is what it looks like when you get it. And this is what mine looks like now. So what I always do when I get towards the end, I'm going to the Philadelphia Phillies game on Sunday afternoon. That's awesome. I actually like the Phillies, probably because I have a lot of friends that watch the Phillies. Other than that, we don't watch football here. We're not a football family. So when you get towards the end of your Skin Perfecting Concealer, cut the end off and use a Splurge Cream Shadow Brush to get your product out. And that's going to give you at least 2 more weeks of material to work with. It's really kind of amazing. I want to say at least 2 weeks because I don't know how much product you have in there, but the last time I did this, I got a whole extra month when I thought that I would normally just throw it away. All right, so going down, going on the forehead. So I'm not using this for actual coverage or cover up. That's what I used to think concealer was. Another word for it was cover up. And I used to have to use it to like conceal blemishes and stuff like that. But now I basically use it to, same Allison. Now I basically use it to highlight and contour with. So women tend to get red around their nose and their mouth area. It's hormones. So that's why I go a little bit heavier around that area just to kind of dilute that redness. We don't need that. All right, so I'm going to go back in with that same sponge and I'm just going to blend out. This concealer shade that I'm using today is Scarlet, so that's the lightest shade that we have. And I'm just pressing it in and basically diffusing out the edge so that it melts right into that liquid foundation. And having the little bit of moisture in your sponge makes that so much easier. If you didn't use moisture in your sponge, you're going to notice that it's more stiff and it doesn't blend as well. And that's just because it doesn't have like any give to it. I personally cannot use a dry sponge for anything. Okay. And also another little side piece here. The motion that I use to blend this in is referred to as stippling. So when you press it into your skin, you're not going to notice any basically like wiping. You're not going to get any like swishies all over your face. That was a mistake that I used to do all the time when I would put, like I'd get a compact of cream and I would just dip it in and wipe it all over my face and you would see where I wiped it. This way it stays on a lot better and you don't see any of that start and stop. Okay. Good. All right, so concealer is all blended in, and I'm just going to set it really lightly with a little Touch Behold setting powder. So this is a translucent, super finely milled powder. It doesn't have pigment in it necessarily, so you don't need to be color matched to use it. But I like to use it on all of the areas that I highlight with the cream because it's going to prevent it from moving on my face all day. Even though, truth be told, after I'm done here, I'm washing my makeup off and I'm crawling in bed and doing more work on the computer. But, you know, for the purposes of this video, this is how you properly set your cream and liquid foundations and makeup so that they don't go anywhere all day long. Hi, Cody. All right, so you can see it didn't change the color at all. It's also referred to as a blurring powder because it's so finely milled that it's going to blur out any of your pores and you're not going to notice them nearly as much. It's pretty amazing. All right, so these things are done. Just trying to stay organized over here, which is an uphill battle for me. All right, so once you do all of your foundation and your highlight, you're going to notice that sort of the pigments of your face look a little bit washed out. That's where bronzer comes in. So I'm going to go ahead and use Malibu bronzer. This is, dare I say, my favorite bronzer color. I have Sunset, I have Hermosa, but I really feel like the color of this Malibu is my favorite because I don't have to use very much of it. So I don't get a ton of shimmer because this is a baked. So half of it is matte and half of it is shimmer. So when I put it on, I'm actually able to put it on pretty lightly and then diffuse out the color really easily because I don't need much product. So I just kind of find that cheekbone and I start towards the back and then blend towards the front, and that's going to put the majority of the pigment in the back of my face. Okay. And then forehead area. And then I'm going to go down the side of my nose and just kind of warm that up. Basically, when you add contour to your face, it makes your face appear thinner because areas that are darker recede back. So that's why we are doing it on all of our bone structure. Hi, Heather. So jawline is incredibly important. Hi, Dal, how are you? I find that the jawline is super important, not only coming into the fall and winter, but honestly, like when I wear turtlenecks, for some reason, I really like to see a nice clean jawline, and adding a little bit of bronzer right to your jawline totally helps with that. And then you just diffuse that down your neck a little bit and it totally blends it in perfectly. So you can see that even though I use the brightest contour color, Scarlet, that we have to do my highlight, and the darkest shade of bronzer that we have, it all blends in really, really well together. A really cheap makeup tip is grab a ginormous powder brush that's got nothing on it and just kind of go over your face really gently with it. That's going to diffuse out any harsh lines. It's going to blend any really high points into any really low points so that you're not going to have that, wow, she went a little overboard look. You're going to just have a really nice natural look about it. Obviously, if you prefer a sharper contour and you want to see those lines, by all means leave them in. But for me, I usually try to go a little bit, especially on a foundation routine, I try to go as natural as possible. Okay. So now I'm going to go in with blush, and I'm going to use the shade Sisterly today. Really pretty, very like rosy pink, and it looks good on everyone. So if you have been with Younique for any length of time, they used to sell the blushes in like a bigger square compact, and they recently went down to a smaller one for two reasons. Number one, these are more affordable, so they're about half the price of the other ones. And number two, they noticed that when you take blush, you normally take from the center and not the corners. And they were noticing that a lot of the blushes were breaking and crumbling because of the size and the shape of the compact. So in an effort to give you a better bang for your buck, they switched to a smaller round compact so that your product stays together longer and better, and it's less expensive. So literally, Younique is always looking out for like your best interests. And that's one of the things that I find most attractive about this company, honestly, is that they have the best interest of everyone who uses it in mind. Hi, Carol. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Kaylina. Say hi when you guys hop on. Okay, so that is Sisterly blush. Really, really pretty, not super aggressive. I am going to take and put a little bit of bronzer right underneath my lip. What that does is sort of make your bottom lip pop out a little bit. Yes, isn't that interesting? And I'll show you why. I actually had Sweet break on me, and it's because I was always grabbing it right from the center, and I was basically making the center weak. Here it is. I mean, I can still use it. It's just not pretty anymore. And like, I'm personally like an aesthetics person. So that's Sweet. So what happened was everybody was taking right from the center. Most people say your name wrong. I'm sorry. I actually looked at it like 2 or 3 times before I attempted to say it. So that's the honest truth. So yeah, the square compacts, because they're so big. Hi, Patricia. So because these were so big as compared to the new ones, where did I put the new one? Here it is. People were grabbing the product right in the middle, and then the outside would just crumble. So that's why they went to the smaller compact, and it's literally half half the cost. But these are still going to last you, even if you used it every day, like a good 6 to 8 months, because there's so much pigment in them, but you're not going to have any breakage. So that's the best part. All right, so a little bit of bronzer right underneath that lower lip, and we're going to be good to go. All right, so I'm going to do my brows first before I go in with liquid shadows. So I did get I think there's 2 more liquid shadows. 5, 6, there's 8 and I got 5. So these are the 5 shades that I got. I didn't get the super light ones because I didn't know if I was going to want them, but now of course I want them. So I don't know what look I'm going to use tonight. I kind of want to do these 2 together. I think I'm going to do that. But these are also, honestly, I've tested them on my wrist. They don't smudge. They stay put forever. And they're also gorgeous as lip colors. I'm just saying. They're really good. Oh my God. I also wanted to use a lip liner that I have downstairs in my purse, but I worked out on Tuesday and I did squats and deadlifts with my trainer. And now, this is the saddest thing. I literally can't walk down the stairs without looking like I'm 3,000 years old. I look decrepit and sad and it hurts so much. So I'm not going downstairs to get that liner. So we're going to use Prim eyeliner. Sorry. Okay, so we are going to go in with the brow palette. The Brow Obsession palette is literally one of my favorite products. I've had this for over 1.5 years and I still use it all the time. I would say I use it 5 out of 7 days a week at least. So I just personally like this because it's so much bang for my buck and because it allows me to blend basically whatever shade I want. And it just makes for such an easy transition for your brows. I feel you, girl. CrossFit is eating yeah, I used to work out with a trainer. I worked out with a trainer for 6 months, 1 day a week, and we just do like heavy compound lifting and that kind of thing. And he had me counting macros, and that was the first time I had ever really done anything like that. I had dieted before, but macros felt like very different. So I did that for 6 months and I had really great results. I didn't like drop hundreds of pounds. Like I felt really good. I felt really strong. I was changing my physique a lot, but I wasn't like 20 pounds less. I think I lost about 10 pounds with him, but I gained a lot of muscle and strength. And I really I did notice major physical changes about myself. So then I stopped working out with him last September and I was like, I'm just going to kind of track macros on my own. But honestly, weighing everything that I ate and logging it into my phone made me feel kind of crazy after a while because I felt like I was becoming like obsessed with it. Like I wasn't living anymore. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I wonder how many ounces this is. And it just felt sort of mentally unhealthy. So I stopped doing it, and then life got really, really crazy when my dad got sick and, 2 kids and a husband and a full-time job and this, so anyway, I decided that for my own mental sanity, I was going to go back to him because working out is just something that, it gives me a little bit of personal satisfaction. Yes, it's nice to, change your physique or lose a couple of pounds or look better in a bathing suit, but it was a really good, mental focus for me. So that's kind of why I went back. So I'm going to be training with Will 1 day a week for the next 6 months and tracking my macros. Most definitely, it's not a lifestyle at that point. Right. So, I mean, I wasn't cutting weight anymore, but I was still logging all the time. And I couldn't work out at home because honestly, me in the basement trying to bench press, I was like, this is going to fall on me. I'm going to be trapped down here under 120 pounds barbell and I'm not going to be able to get up. So I just started working out in my bedroom with a kettlebell and that kind of thing. And obviously it wasn't nearly as effective as working out at a gym with a trainer who knows what he's doing. But, I kind of tried that for a while. But honestly, once a week I can swing. It's a time thing. When you work, when you have kids, you make every excuse not to put time into yourself. But I kind of have to because otherwise I feel a little bit like, for lack of a better term, insane. So Will has custody of me now for an hour on Tuesday afternoons, and he's amazing, and he's very patient, and he explains everything, and he pushes me, which I would not do for myself if I was here. I don't know how people can work out at home. Good for you. Moms have to do things for themselves too, so you can be there for your family. I agree. It's very hard for me to do that. I'll be honest with you. As much as I'm like, self-care, I love, this type of thing. Like, I do. I truly love self-care and taking care of myself and feeling good about myself. But when I see that, like, my kids need me, or my husband needs me, or my parents need me, I can't ever say to them, well, when I'm done with what I'm doing for myself, I always just stop what I'm doing and I take care of them. And, that's good in a way, but it's also, like, very taxing in a way. But I'm very lucky that I get to go back to Will, and that he's so close, and that he took me back. And, like, I brought Dylan with me this past week, and he just watched his iPad, and he had a snack, and he was very patient. And so I'm also lucky that, like, my husband is super supportive of it. He's like, if that makes you feel better, go for it. Go twice a week if you want to. So I can't complain. There are a lot of people who have it a lot worse than I do. All right, so that's brows as I've talked over them. And that's brows. That's brows, baby. But no, like, I love the people that are super duper into it. I don't know that I'll ever be that into it. I just really like to feel better. And when my butt does not cheer for me as I'm running down the street, if my thighs could not, like, clap together, that would be amazing as well. It's hard sometimes. We give our jobs, our friends, our family, and then we run out of time for ourselves. That's absolutely true, and that's really the pattern that I found myself in as of recently, and it was not doing anything good for my mental health. Like, I literally felt out of control because I was so stressed out and there was no end in sight. It's like you wake up and you just do it again the next day. So I really kind of just needed a little bit of a break, and this is my break, which is still work, but it at least feels really good to release that. Like, I had a really tough day on Tuesday when I went the first time, and I was almost going to cancel. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to use all of this frustration. And when I feel like I can't do another rep, I'm going to get really angry. I'm going to do another rep. And that worked this week. We'll see about next week. All right. So I got 5 shades. So I got Overt, which is this, like, pretty sort of like chocolatey brown. I got Businesslike, this really pretty pink, which I think would also be a great lip color. Egotistical, cannot wait to use this one. Gorgeous. And then I have Willed, this pretty, like, mocha color. That's also a great lip color. And then I got Exalted, which I'm going to use tonight too, which is kind of like a watermelon-y coral. So I'm going to use Exalted first, and I am going to so they come out sort of like our crushed lip powders come out. Now, I should also say this is the first time I've used this, so if it's a questionable tutorial, don't judge me too harshly, because this is literally my first go. All right, so I am just going to paint. Oh my gosh, it feels great on. Very smooth and very easy to control. So I just painted my lid with it. And this is, again, the shade Exalted. All right. You don't need a ton of product, and it glides on literally like butter. Okay, and then we're going to wait for it to dry a little bit, and we're going to blend it out. I'm going to use this for my 80s thing. I have to go to a masquerade ball, and this would be a good one. I have a great dress that my girlfriend got me at a thrift store too. She's the thrifting master. All right, so I'm going to grab a big fluffy powder brush. And I'm gonna blend this into the crease just a little bit. So again, this is the shade Exalted. Okay. Hi, Kaya. So the pigment is like on point on these. I'm really loving it. All right, so now we're gonna go in with the shade Willed, which is this really pretty sort of mocha color. And I'm gonna do this in my crease. And side note, this one reminds me of this Bonnie Bell lip gloss that I wore in middle school. And it was some kind of coffee name. And I'm just gonna put this right in my crease and then we're gonna blend it out. Does it dry to a powder or a cream shadow? It's definitely not a cream. I would say it dries to like a powder because it's not heavy. Like it's not even as heavy as a liquid lipstick is. It's even lighter than that. All right, so let's just go and blend Willed right into the crease and up onto my brow bone. I mean, I think it's definitely going to take a little bit of getting used to because I'm used to using, I mean, you know, I go pretty light on my eyes generally. So obviously this is going to take a little getting used to, but I like how blendable they are. It's kind of incredible. Okay. And I want to pop, I'm going to use a little bit of highlighter. I'm going to use Iridescent and I'm going to do it on my cheekbones, number one, but I'm also going to pop a little bit right onto my eyes because I feel like that would be a really good sort of way to pop that color. So I'm going to grab a little, I'm going to use my deluxe brush and I'm just going to put a little bit of Iridescent right on the inside corner of my lid. Are you pressing hard to blend? No, not at all. Very, very lightly. They're very light, like it doesn't feel, it feels kind of like a second skin, almost like our lip stains do. And if you've never used our lip stains, they're incredible. Super highly pigmented. You're not going to have to like redo your makeup or your lip for that matter at all during the day. All right, so I'm going to go in with Perfect Eyeliner since we're doing a purely liquid routine. I'm going to use liquid eyeliner and I'm going to use Perfect Jet Black. And I'm going to do a very fine line. Just like that, just to make my eyelash look a little bit darker. I'm obsessed with our liquid eyeliners. This feather pointer tip here is everything. All right, let's do lashes and then I'll go and see if I need to like touch up my eye look a little bit more, but I'm honestly very happy with how that Willed, that sort of brownish mocha sort of blended out on the corner, how that looks and how it took that bright pink on my lid and kind of mellowed it out. I'm really happy with that. All right, so we're gonna go in with the brand new lash primer. I'll be honest with you, I never used to use lash primer because I didn't know that it was necessary or I never felt it was necessary. So this is the brand new Moodstruck Lash Primer. So not only does it grow your lashes so that when you put your mascara on, it looks that much greater, but it also, it's got like conditioning in it so that when you have it on your lashes, it's strengthening and conditioning your lashes so that they can grow thicker and longer. So I'm just going to do kind of a generous once over. And I did buy a couple extra of these, so if anyone local needs a lash primer, just let me know. I have a couple of these and a couple 4D mascaras that I snagged just in case. So you can see that it's turning my lashes white. It's supposed to. And then when you put your mascara on, it sticks to that and it grows them like exponentially, especially when I use the 4D. Okay. So take your time, especially when you do your lashes. I feel like if you take your time, they look 100% better. Hi, Lauren. All right, so you can see my lashes look white. I look like I'm in Game of Thrones and the White Walkers just came for me. Can you tell we're rewatching that series, Justin and I? It's so good. It's so good. All right, so once the lash primer is totally dry, I'm going to go in with 4D mascara. So I do have a bunch of these. I bought a bunch of extras. If any of you ladies are local or you want me to ship them, I do have, I think, 5 of these and 10 of these. So if you need to stock up on your girl. All right, so we're going to go in with 4D mascara, which is the best thing ever. And I like to roll my mascara wand over my lashes, kind of like I'm round brushing my hair. Because there's a bunch of different teeth on here to grip your lashes. Some of them are meant to separate. Some of them are meant to apply the 4D mascara, and some of them are meant to apply the Y-shaped fibers. So you want to make sure that you really roll that around so that you're getting a really good distribution and separation on your lashes. And I go from the top and the bottom. Okay, I am going to do 2 coats of mascara just because I have a mascara thing and I love it. So we're going to do 2 coats. Sometimes more is more. Okay. All right, and then the last thing I'm going to do is take whatever mascara I have left over on my wand, and I'm just going to do my lower lashes really quickly. I try to go very light on them because I don't like the whole tarantula lash look, but it's totally up to you. If you like a really thick lower lash, you do you, boo. But it's such a good mascara for coverage as well as for separation. And I'm just going to use that same concealer brush that I used to put my concealer on. And I'm just going to go and clean up right underneath my brow and kind of put a little bit of a matte highlight on there and make sure that they're looking like nice and clean. That helps sort of with your arch. All right, so on to lips. I'm going to do a really pretty lip. Now, I suppose I could use one of these. It's really good, isn't it? I'm really happy with it, to be honest with you. I could use one of these, but I sort of started playing with a different lip look the other day and I wanted to show everybody. So I'm going to use Prim eyeliner to start with. And Prim is this color right here. So it's kind of like a cappuccino color. And I'm just going to very lightly draw my lip in. Lining your lips is going to help not only shape your lips, but help your lipstick stay in place literally all day. Just that little bit of a waxy border makes a huge difference. And then I'm going to show you a little Jaclyn Hill lip hack. Okay. right, so lips are lined in Prim. And I just kind of smudge this in a little bit because I don't want to look, you know, that extra. So the first thing I'm going to do is go in with Subtle Splash Liquid Lipstick, which is literally probably my favorite. It's this really pretty mauvey pink. Great for any time of year. And again, our theme today is liquid everything. So now we're onto liquid lipstick. If you have never used our liquid lipstick, a couple of pointers. Put it on a fully dry lip. Don't have lip oil, lip moisturizer, anything like that. A nice dry lip. And number two, don't rub your lips together. You want it to dry. So I actually wipe off a lot of the product right into the tube. And I use as little as possible. And I blend it right into the liner. I had these shirts made. Thank you. I had these shirts made for Dylan's first birthday. So I had, I used to call him Brother Bear. So, I had a Mama Bear shirt and Justin had a Papa Bear shirt and he had a Baby Bear onesie. And then our other son Chase had a Brother Bear shirt. So it was really cute. It was kind of like a lumberjack themed birthday, but I still wear mine. I think I'm the only one who still fits in theirs. All right, so that is Sublime. Super pretty, all on its own. And you want it to just kind of dry. And then I'm going to go in with, what is this? Sublime, which is slightly lighter. And I'm just going to put this right in the middle and kind of ombre the lip out. Of course, you don't have to do that. You could just stop with one color. But I feel like this just gives it a little extra visual interest. All right, so we're going to clean that up. And now I'm going to show you the Jaclyn Hill. The Jaclyn Hill trick. Okay, so the Jaclyn Hill trick, we're going to take a little bit of that iridescent highlighter, which is a powder highlight. And what brush do I want to use to do this? I'm going to use this one. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of this powder highlight in the luminizer. So this is the same thing that I did on my eyes and on my cheeks. And I'm just going to put this right on my Cupid's bow. And just tap it on. So it's going to make my lip, you can see that it's sort of getting shiny. And right in the center down here. Now, not only does the powder help your lip product to stay all day because it's setting it, but it's also going to make your lip look a little bit bigger. And then we're going to cover it with Hottie Lip Plumper. Wait, that's not Hottie. This is Hottie. Hottie Lip Plumper. So this not only makes your lips bigger, but it also makes them really glossy. Ooh. Now I do think I need a little bit more bronzer and I want to blend my eye out a little bit more. So bronzer in Hermosa. Where's my bronzer brush? Hi, Carmen. Hi, Katie. All right, and I'm just gonna blend that eye out a little bit more. Have a straight eyebrow. Wreaking havoc, and it's gotta go. Can't have that. We can't have that. So this liquid eyeshadow is phenomenal for blending. And I can't wait to play with more shades because I feel like this is kind of an untapped potential with these things. Oh, living for that. All right, so guys, the weave is gone. I'm officially back to just having shoulder length faux blonde hair here. But we got to do something with this because, hi, it's going to get ugly. So after having 3 sets of tape-in, 16-inch long tape-in extensions in my hair, I literally feel bald right now. So this is going to take some getting used to. However, I will say to be able to brush my hair right to the scalp was a sensation I had no idea I would miss so much. Oh my gosh, like the end. I basically made my girlfriend come over and take them out. I was like, I can't take it anymore. I just need to take a shower and I need to wash my scalp and I need to brush my hair because they were like super duper heavy. Thank you, Heather. They were super heavy and they were just like pulling on my hair and it was not comfortable. And I read the funniest meme the other day and it was about someone who said that like when you donate your hair, what happens if the person that's wearing your hair commits a crime and they find your hair like in the crime scene? How do they know that you didn't do it? And I found that was so interesting. So now that I'm back to just wearing my own DNA, I'm kind of wondering about all of that. Hi, Morgan. All right, so when I curl my hair, not that this is a hair tutorial, but I just thought I'd mention it, I do not disrupt the curl until I get all the way to the end of my hair because it helps it stay in place. I never use hairspray. I personally hate hairspray. I try to use as little hair product as possible because I feel like other than dry shampoo, it just kind of gums it up and makes it look dirty really fast. So I am not a hairspray girl. I actually dislike it very much. And I don't use, I have a whole thing of Root Booster that I got. I hated it. It literally made my hair stand on end like I had been electrocuted. And it was not good. And my hair holds curl really well, so I don't really need a ton of it. Oh my god, you guys don't understand how nice it is to be able to brush your hair again. Hi, GJ. I really wanted to say CJ there, but I didn't. Okay. This is going to help tomorrow. If I curl my hair tonight, then I'll have so much less to do in the morning when I'm trying to get 2 kids out the door before 7:30. I'm not good at that. No one wants to get up in this house, and I can't blame them. Okay, a little section in the back, and then we're good. I don't know, guys. I kind of missed the extensions, I won't lie to you. That length was really nice, but I'm going to see if I can do it the old-fashioned way and grow it myself. I've already started taking, like, you know, vitamins for all of that. And what was the other thing? I started taking that powder that you put in your coffee. Collagen peptides. Okay. So after I curl everything, I wait until it cools. and then I just kind of rough it up. And that is what gives me curls without getting like obnoxious curls. So I usually feel like the next day after they kind of simmer a little bit, they look that much better because they look a little too mottled. But I like, again, I have things like salt spray. I don't like the way it makes my hair feel. Like the first 5 minutes is great. And then after that, it just kind of looks like I might not have a house to live in. I may have camped on Durbridge type of a thing. But whatever, I can touch my scalp and it feels amazing. I probably lost like 10 pounds of hair in the shower though, after I took a shower when I removed them. All right, guys, there's our tutorial for tonight. No natural light selfies, unfortunately, as it is probably 10 o'clock by this point. So I'll take one with my ring light. So if the lighting looks different, it's not a filter, it's just the ring light. All right. There you have it. There is our new liquid eyeshadow, totally liquid foundation routine for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It means more than you'll ever know. If you would help me network this video, like, share, comment, show a friend, tell your mom, whatever the case may be, I would really appreciate it. I will take a unfiltered photo after this and I will put a list of all the products that I use so that if you guys want to check out the website and look at anything, you can always message me, ask me any questions. Thank you so much. I just getting used to it, but it feels so much better. How long is my hair? My hair is just my shoulders, but I just took out 16-inch extensions that I had been wearing for the last 6 weeks. And now I feel bald because there is not all of that hair taped to me anymore. But it feels really good. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I will list in the comments all the products that I used, and then if you guys want to check out the website, if you have any questions about anything or want to be color matched, just as easy as messaging me anytime. I'm always happy to answer you. Thank you guys so much. I love you more than words can say. I will be back on Saturday morning and again on Sunday morning. So if there's anything that you guys want to see, any colors, any products, any blends or anything like that, all you have to do is message me and then I'll make sure that I work that into my next live video. But other than that, I'm going to go do that and then I'm going to take this off, get back to work on my computer, and I will see you guys on Saturday. Have a great Friday.